Well, I'm out and about. It's in Toronto again. It's a Saturday morning. It's a little overcast today. I don't know if it's going to rain. It probably will by the looks of it. I think it's only saying 11% chance. But I'm in a cemetery. A big surprise, huh? I'm in a local cemetery, not too far from my house. It's Parklawn Cemetery, Prince Edward and Bloor. And I was in here last June 2024 to visit a veteran of the Second World War. But yeah, I'm going to go over to that grave after I visit with this grave that I'm at right now. Two graves I'm going to visit today. I'm purposely here for this individual today, and I'm going to show you who that person is. So we're at Jeff Healey's grave. It's right in front of you, in front of me, in front of us. And when I pulled up, I was here for about, I don't know, 10 seconds or so, and a lady came up behind me, and she was also here to visit with Jeff. She considered him a local neighbor from where he lived. I'm not exactly sure where he lived. I'm thinking he lived in the east end of Toronto. It will probably say on the write-up I'm going to read here, but she kind of knew him personally, but not really. She never seen him play live. I never seen him play live either, unfortunately. It's one of the regrets in life. I didn't get to see Jeff perform live. Me and my friend would always say, let's go down to Healey's bar and go see him play. Because I think he used to play, I don't know, Sunday or Saturday. I'm not sure exactly. I can't remember. But we always, yeah, we'll get down there. Not knowing that that his cancer came back, and subsequently he passed away. But yeah, so that was definitely a regret in my life. So people that don't know Jeff Healey, I'm going to read a little bio here. He was a musician, an actor. He was obviously a native of Toronto. I just said that. He was the lead singer and guitarist of the Jeff Healey Band, formed in 1985 with bassist Joe Rockman and drummer Tom Stephen. The trio had numerous hit songs and albums during the 1980s and 90s and into the 2000s. Some of their best known recordings are Angel Eyes, Cruel Little Number, My Little Girl, Confidence Man, Stuck in the Middle with You, Lost in Your Eyes, cover of the Beatles, While My Guitar Gently Weeps, which I think is one of the best versions of that song. And yeah, so he had a lot of I'm not reading this, it's coming off my head. He had a lot of good songs, and I had most of his CDs. His early stuff, I still do have all his CDs. So I was a big fan from a young age. He got nominated for Best Instrumental Grammy Award for the single Hideaway, and in 1990 they won the Juno Award. That's a Canadian version of the Grammys. So Jeff was born to his parents Alexander Healey and Yvonne Healey. He was born on March 25th, 1966, and he's been blind since the age of 1. He had retinoblastoma, a rare cancer of the eyes. He taught himself how to play the guitar with the instrument laid across his lap. He was known for his mean blues and rock guitar playing, but also as a live jazz performer on clarinet and trumpet. Yeah, I didn't know that. He played with the likes of Stevie Ray Vaughan. Yeah, there's a good video of him and Stevie Ray. I think the best guitarist ever. George Harrison, B.B. King, and Deep Purple, and is credited with developing the careers of musicians Tara Hazelton and Amanda Marshall. In addition to his recording career, he was also sometime an actor, appearing in episodes of the television series Due South, the television miniseries Jake's Progress, and the film Roadhouse. Now that's where Jeff became famous, because that was a big movie. It's a cult classic, and it's one of my favorite movies. I watched that movie 100 times. So yeah, he played an instrumental part in Roadhouse as the lead singer of the bar band. He was also widely known for a vast collection of over 30,000 78 RPM records. I knew he had a huge record collection, which he played regularly on his Canadian Broadcasting Corporation radio program. That's a CBC. That's our state-run propaganda news. And then he moved the show to ART-FM, later Jazz FM 91, in Toronto, Ontario. For many years, he ran his own club, Healey's on Bathurst Street in Toronto, Ontario, before moving to a larger location and renaming it Jeff Healey's Roadhouse. He passed away following a lengthy battle with lung cancer in his native Toronto, and he was buried in this cemetery, Parklawn Cemetery in Etobicoke. He was married to Krista Miller Healey in 1992. But they divorced in 1998. The couple had one child together, a daughter named Rachel. He was married to Krista Hall Healey from 2004 until his death on March 2nd, 2008. Now, March 2nd, 2008, it's not the same year, but it's the same day my father passed away. My father passed away March 2nd, 1991. So the two of them share that distinction. The couple had one child together, a son named Derek. His many honors include having his last album, Mesa Blues, win the 8th Annual Independent Music Awards for Best Blues Album in 2009. He has a park renamed the Jeff Healey Park in memory in 2011. He also posthumously inducted into the Terry Fox Hall of Fame. Well, that's interesting, in 2009. He was posthumously inducted into Canada's Walk of Fame in 2014, and he was posthumously inducted into the Mississauga Music Walk of Fame in 2016. So he was well loved in Canada. He's I don't know, maybe they should think about giving him the Order of Canada. If he did have the Order of Canada, it would have been mentioned in that article. But yeah, so I just thought I'd come over here and pay my respects to Jeff Healey today. I'm out on a ride today, and I'm going to stop by and I'm going to see the other person that I think is quite famous in the cemetery as well. There's a couple. There's Eugene Melnick in here. There is Conn Smythe is in here. Harold Ballard. Conn Smythe was the owner of the Leafs at one time. Harold Ballard was the owner of the Toronto Maple Leafs too. And Eugene Melnick, he's a Canadian businessman. He owned the Ottawa Senators NHL hockey team. But I'm not going to go visit them people today. I'm going to go visit my buddy Clark Wallace Floody. Okay, so I made my way over to Clark Wallace Floody's grave. It wasn't. It was on the opposite end of the cemetery from Jeff Healey. But yeah, it's whenever I return to a cemetery, which isn't often, I return to the same one. If I visited a grave in that cemetery, a war veteran, I'm going to stop back and pay my respects, and that's what I'm going to do today. So over here we have the family marker of the Floody family. Clark Wallace Floody is down here, right at the bottom of the second row. So I'm assuming his parents are on here as well. And at the bottom here, it says Wally Floody was decorated for his heroism in World War II. He was the tunnel engineer of the Great Escape, which indeed he was. Now, in the movie, then I think it was 1962 or 1963, Wally Floody was portrayed in the movie by Charles Bronson, and he was a consultant on the movie. So he was over there with those guys, James Garner and Steve McQueen, and apparently he became pretty good friends with James Garner when he was over there on location. And he said he was a really nice guy. He wasn't too big on Steve McQueen. He didn't like him at all. And he, in the book I read, I don't think he said anything about Charles Bronson. But yeah, so Clark, I'm going to call him Wally. That's what everyone else called him. Wally Floody, he flew Supermarine Spitfires for the RAF out of Beacon Hill, England, and he got shot down on his very first mission. I believe it was October 27, 1941. He got shot down in German-occupied France, and he spent the rest of the war in 3 prisoner of war camps, including the famous Stalag Luft 3. Now, in that camp, he dug three tunnels, or helped dig 3 tunnels. And subsequently 2 were found and destroyed, but the third one was successful in getting 100 prisoner of wars out. But about 2 or 3 weeks prior to that, Wally got when they discovered the other 2 tunnels, him and 15 other of suspected culprits of those other 2 tunnels were transferred to a different prisoner of war camp. So that thwarted Wally's escape attempts. He was in a different camp now, and so they had about another, I think it was another 100 or 200 yards to dig after Wally, maybe it wasn't that, maybe 200 feet, sorry, after Wally got transferred. I'm just going off memory here. After Wally got transferred, and they subsequently they escaped 100 of them, and all of them were recaptured, with the exception of 2 or 3. 2 or 3 made it. They escaped, and they didn't get recaptured. And of the 100, it was 97, 98 they recaptured. I believe they executed 77 of them. So if Wally was at Stalag Luft 3 still when that escape attempt was successful, well, they got out of the camp. It wasn't successful, but they got out of the camp. The tunnel worked. He probably would have been executed. So, you know, it was fortunate for Wally that you know, fate transferred him to a different POW camp. But yeah, that's just a little background on Wally. You know, I think the movie's pretty accurate. You know, it's obviously dramatized in a lot of areas. I haven't watched it in a long time, so I can't really comment too much on that. But I'm going to show you his. I'm going to show you Clark Wallace Floody's military marker. And it says C. Wallace Floody, MBA. He was a member of the British Empire. He was a flight lieutenant, RCAF, and he died 25th September 1989 at the age of 71. Now, this here was left from me on D-Day of last year, June 6th. I came here with my friend Kevin last year to pay my respects to Wally. And unfortunately, his flag's still not here, but I got another one for him today. Whenever I come to visit a veteran, I always place a flag. I'm going to take this away because I'll put that in the garbage. And he's got a brand new flag now. So, yeah. I didn't place a flag at Jeff Healey's grave because he's not a veteran. I only place flags for either military or first responders. I haven't visited any first responders yet. Well, that's not true. Last June I was out in Vancouver and I was at Mountain View Cemetery, and I was visiting a Victoria Cross recipient. There was 3 at Mountain View, and one of them was Robert McBeath, and he was a World War I Victoria Cross recipient, and also he was a Vancouver policeman when he came back from the war. So unfortunately he didn't get, I shouldn't say fortunately, he made it back from the war. Unfortunately he got killed in the line of duty from some guy. He got shot I think in 1919. He was 21 or 22 years old, if memory serves me correctly, so still a young man. And you imagine, you know, getting the VC in World War I, surviving that war, and coming back and becoming a policeman and getting killed shortly after by a criminal. And the criminal, if memory serves me correctly, was from Florida, a United States citizen. Florida man, it's always them. But anyhow, so that's going to conclude my visit today at Parklawn Cemetery. I just thought I'd share a little bit of Wally Floody's story because it's interesting. He was also instrumental, or I think he was the president actually, of the Prisoner of War Society of Canada. So he lived an active life. And now, if you're in Parklawn Cemetery, come by and pay your respects. I'll show you. I don't have the plot on me now. When I edit the video, I'll put the plot in. But basically, over there is the front entrance off Prince Edward Drive. That's main office right there. So you just come up this road, and there's a huge tree here. So that's the main road. That is the main office, the main entrance and exit to the cemetery. And you got to come up a hill here. So if you see this giant tree, it's the first giant tree you're going to see going east on that road. You just come up this hill right here, and there is a very interesting gentleman buried there. Okay, thank you for watching my channel today. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comment section. If you found anything interesting, you can like, subscribe, share. It keeps me motivated. And enjoy the rest of your Saturday, wherever you are in the world. Thanks, bye.